Hey everyone, welcome to Craven Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Now in this video, I'm going to discuss a new interview with Jenna Ortega and how she revealed some great new insight into Scream 6 and what we can expect from both the tone of the movie and from Ghostface himself. Herself? Or themselves. Let's go. So Entertainment Tonight's Lauren Zima on the red carpet at the 2022 MTV Movie and TV Awards interviewed Jenna Ortega this weekend about Scream 6. And to kick things off, Lauren asked Jenna, what can we tease for Scream 6? And Jenna responded by saying,
what I will say is Ghostface gets a lot more intimidating. I just read part of the script and it just gets more and more gory, and I think that this is probably the most aggressive and violent version of Ghostface we've ever seen, which I think will be really fun to shoot.
So I absolutely love what Jenna says here and reveals about Ghostface and the tone of the movie. Because basically what she's saying here is that Ghostface gets a lot more intimidating, and how she just read part of the script and it gets more and more gory. And I think that's probably the most aggressive and violent version of Ghostface we've ever seen. So two things. Number one, the tone of the movie gets gorier and gorier as it goes along. And secondly, regarding Ghostface, she or themselves are a lot more intimidating, are the most aggressive and violent that we've ever seen in a Scream film, is what Jenna is saying here. And of course, she goes on to say, she'll be really fun to shoot it. But for us as fans, as far as expectations, this sounds like exactly what we have been asking for, and for a while now, is that we want to see Radio Silence take this film in more of their own way, in their own tone, bring the movie darker. And Scream 5 had some dark moments in it, no doubt. Some of the kills were more aggressive than we've seen in some of the earlier Scream films. I'll give them that. But it didn't really feel like they were getting very much out of the standard Scream box, which, again, I don't have a problem with the standard Scream box because I love the Scream films. However, with Radio Silence coming in, Wes Craven no longer there, I think it boils down to us wanting to see them truly branch out and make their own movie, make a Radio Silence Scream film without having such a heavy Wes Craven hand in the inspiration of the scenes and how things are shot and things like this. So this to me is a good sign, because at least it promises us or teases for us that we're going to get a more violent and aggressive Ghostface. Well, how do you do that? How do you demonstrate violence and aggressiveness? Well, the most easiest way to do that is through how you kill, the kills. So, and going along with being gorier, more and more gory. So it sounds like Radio Silence is possibly going to make this film their own, and we're going to start to see more out of the box kills, aggressive kills, and violent kills from Ghostface than we've seen in the franchise. And look, there's been some violent kills in this movie. I mean, we don't have to go any further than the opening kill of Casey Becker and Steve Orth to see gutted and hung. I mean, it's violent. I mean, that's aggressive. So what I'm excited to see is how are they going to, what that actually is going to, how that's going to translate, I guess, onto the screen. So that's going to be something that we'll be talking about and theorizing about all the way until March of next year. But I love hearing this, before we even get the film starting to shoot, which actually is today. Shooting begins today in Montreal. We're just getting filming started, but we're already getting a tease of what to expect from the tone of the movie in terms of Ghostface and, the gore level and the aggressiveness of Ghostface. So that's exciting. I'm very pumped to hear that news. I'm glad that she specifically mentioned that as something that she would tease for us. But the interview didn't stop there. She was then asked about Hayden Panettiere and saying, Hayden Panettiere is back. Fans think she's going to be kind of the new mentor to the newbies. What would you say about her return? And Jenna provided this insight into Hayden.
I'm not even going to try to touch on it. All I will say is she definitely has been one of my favorite characters in the Scream franchise for a very long time. So the fact that her character, gets to come back and redeem herself is really exciting.
So clearly here, Jenna is taking the high road, basically, totally. No, and I'm not even going to try and touch on that, she said. So she's going to be very careful here to not reveal what's going on with Kirby. But, she says she's been one of her favorite characters, et cetera, et cetera. But what I did think was revealing was one thing she said at the end of that, where she said the fact that her character gets to come back and redeem herself is really exciting. Now that is interesting to me. That's what, she didn't just say the fact that her character gets to come back is really exciting, but she added this little further nugget here that she's going to come back and redeem herself. And I don't know if Jenna meant it like it came out, but I'm going to take her at face value here, which is all we can do. And based on what she said there, that to me is very telling. That's potentially very revealing, even though she may not have meant to reveal that much. But to redeem your character means to come back and make a wrong right, to do something that went wrong before, make it right again. I mean, to make it a good thing now. So Kirby, coming back to redeem herself almost sounds to me like she's going to be a hero in this movie. This sounds more like, in the first film, she was a victim. And this one, she's not a victim. She redeems herself. So that almost leans to me to thinking that she inadvertently revealed to us that Kirby's going to have a bigger role in this movie. This I'll tell you what, this gives me a lot of hope and comfort that Kirby is not going to be the opening kill, which we've talked about here on the channel, on videos and live streams. You guys know that. One of the biggest things I've been saying is that I just do not want to see Kirby killed in the opening of Scream 6. And now, after her making this comment, I really feel much, much better about that. I don't think it's going to happen now. I believe that. Now, it does not mean Kirby won't be killed in Scream 6. It could still happen. But if it does, I now believe it's going to happen later in the movie, potentially in the very third act of the film. And her redeeming herself sounds to me like she could be the hero. She could literally be saving someone's life here. She could die almost like a Dewey kind of role where, Dewey died saving someone. Of course, although he really didn't. He didn't die saving anyone. Dewey could have gotten out of there saving everybody and not died. He went back and got killed. So that's a whole nother argument. But what this sounds like in this statement of redeeming herself, it definitely to me lends itself to thinking that more than likely we're going to see Kirby in a hero role. And maybe she dies sacrificially in this movie, saving Sam and Tara or the twins or something. That could happen. But I don't think it's going to happen in the opening. So I'll be curious to see what you guys think about it in the comments. But that's my feeling there when she said that. The immediate feeling I got was, oh, good. She's not going to die, because if you're going to kill Kirby in the opening scene, that's not redeeming herself. No, not at all. That's just showing up to be killed. There's no redemption in that. So that comment there, although I don't know that Jenna meant to really let some of that cat out of the bag potentially, but she did, I think, in the verbiage that she chose to use there. Because she could have just said, I'm so happy that her character gets to come back. It's really exciting. But she added that little extra in about and redeem herself. There you go. There's something to that, folks. And I believe that it gets us past the opening of the movie. All right. Now, finally, the reporter, Lauren Zima, said, "We know Courtney Cox is coming back too. Any word about Neve Campbell?" And Jenna replied with this.
I don't know too much about the technical side of things. I actually just found out about Courtney a couple days ago.
Okay, so I'm going to address this in two different sections, like part A and then part B. So, regarding Neve Campbell, her response was, "I don't know too much about the technical side of things." Now that, to me, just screams out, I can't tell you that she's not going to be coming back. It just really feels that way to me. You know, it's code talk. It's what these people do. It's just like when Courtney was asked about Neve Campbell a week ago. It was like a full week ago now, over a week ago, and her response was because she was asked very much the same question. She said, "Are we going to see Neve Campbell? Are we going to see Gale and Sydney back on screen together?" And her answer was, "Well, I don't know where the contracts are at." That was her response. "I don't know where the contracts are at." And then now, here we are a week later. They asked Jenna, and she says, "I don't know too much about the technical side of things." That's completely dodging the question, guys. I mean, it would be one thing just to come right out and say, "I haven't heard. I don't know. I don't know if she's coming back." Or she comes back and says, "Yes, she is coming back." But this is so dodgy. The language here is dodgy. I don't know about the technical side of things. Like, I don't want to answer. I don't want to give you an answer. So I'm going to give you a kind of a very broad non-answer. And so again, guys, if in my opinion, this is just my opinion, and that's what I do on my channel. I'll give you my opinion. This to me leans again more towards her not coming back. And this matches again what Courtney did. So I'm seeing a trend now twice that this has been completely dodged by two of the cast members. So I told you guys, again, about, the rumor about Neve telling my buddy Master Chaos TV about, not coming back. And whether that rumor is true or not, I believe it is. But if it's not, even if it's not, I still believe that there is more evidence right now that shows Neve not coming back than there is that she's coming back. I really do. I don't expect to see her now again. It's just kind of reinforced again how I've already been feeling about this situation as time has gone on. And I really don't think Neve's coming back. Now, could this all be a bait and switch scenario and an Andrew Garfield scenario? Absolutely. Maybe it is. If it is, I will love that. I'll be the first one to say yes, because I want Neve back. I've been very vocal about saying that I want Sydney in these movies. I'm the very first one to line up in that line. So I would love nothing more than to be wrong on how I feel right now. But my feeling still stands. I don't believe she's coming back. And I think this dodgy answer just again pours more fuel on the fact that she's not coming back. So that's my feeling on Jenna's comments about Neve. But what I am also on the other side of the coin glad to hear is that she does confirm finally that Courtney Cox is coming back in Scream 6. Finally, we've got real confirmation from a cast member, that Jenna Ortega herself, and she says, "I actually just found out about Courtney a couple of days ago." So I'm sure an official announcement is just a matter of time. It may even come out later today. I'm recording this early in the morning on the 6th of June. And who knows? Like I said, they start filming today. We could get a major announcement later on with the cast list. Would not be a shock to see it hit today or this week. And we'll see it. But anyway, based on Jenna's let the cat out of the bag that it is official. Courtney Cox is back. Gale Weathers will be in Scream 6. So we're going to get Gale Weathers and we're going to get Kirby Reed. And I'm telling you guys that I just don't think that leaves any room for Sidney Prescott. I think, and I will stand by what I said for the last couple of weeks. I believe that the signing of Hayden Panettiere to come back, I do believe That was radio silence, hedging their bets, covering their bases, because they knew Neve Campbell was not going to come back. And they made that move because she's a fan favorite. She's adored in the franchise. And Kirby read back will soften the blow of not having Neve Campbell. And I'm going to stand behind that until I feel differently. That's how I feel about it. So that's basically the scoop, guys. I just wanted to break this news out to you guys. I thought it was very interesting. Very, very, really the first kind of real information we've gotten on 6 as far as tone, Ghostface, all the things that I've covered here in this interview. Great job by Lauren Zima to get this out of Jenna Ortega. Even though it's not a ton, it's still substantial. It's still something worth talking about, because it's very much new insight into the movie for the first time that we've gotten regarding, Ghostface especially. So hope you guys enjoyed the video and the update. And I want to know what you think about this interview with Jenna and all the insights she shared on Scream 6. So start leaving your thoughts, theories, and your ideas in the comments section below right now so we can discuss it together. Well, that's going to be it for this update, guys. I'll be back soon with more Scream and other horror movie content. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, this is Craving Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Thanks for watching.